coming to you today to send nothing but love, peace, and positivity your way. Out here enjoying the weather on this Thursday morning, thoughtful Thursday. Hope that everything is going okay on your side of the world. Wanted to come on real quick to kind of share my thoughts, as usual. I didn't have the best upbringing. Actually, right now today, I have quite a few family members that are that's pissed off with me, and I really give zero fucks with love. You know, when it comes a point in time in your life when you have to realize that you have your own destiny to fulfill, and it's not going to always involve other people. There's going to be a point in time when you get fed up and you are going to have to use the word no. You're not going to continue to be disrespected, and you're not going to continue kissing ass. You're not going to continue to walk around with a heavy load of very toxic abuse and behavior. Your body can only hold so much. And I know that I always go back to the Jesus story because I think that we can learn a lot from them. Now, I'm not saying that I'm all for let's go join a religious group and get back with the foolery with that part, but I know that, if we, even rappers, even sinners, even P. Diddy, give reverence to Jesus. And it's like, if you're going to call on his name and you're going to say you for him and you believe in him, then you can't do the opposite of him. You know what I mean? And so I know that he was the type that, from my understanding, what I'm learning, what I have learned, he did not hang around family. He did not spend all of his time around family. And if he did go and talk to sinners, it was just a quick, hey, let me give you something, let me peep game here. This is what y'all need to be doing. And then he keep it moving. And they never said that somebody followed him the whole entire time. And they definitely didn't follow him over there to the cross. And when I say to the cross, I mean, they did not say, okay, well, I'm going to stand in front of all of the Pharisees and I'm going to make sure that they take me instead of you. Now, he ain't had nobody to step up for him to do something like that. Nobody was brave enough. So what the point I'm trying to make is solitude sometimes is your lifesaver. Sometimes when you put in your self-love and you know what works for you, you have to go through with it, whether people got your back or not. They're going to call you crazy because you're not cooperating with their foolery. They're going to call you a bitch because you ain't being nice and kissing ass and being two-faced like a lot of them. It's like, and they're going to always try to shut you up or deny the things that they did wrong to you. So let me tell you what made me turn on my bitch mode with my own family members. And I know y'all have heard bits and pieces throughout my other videos, but I'm going to tell you what, when it came to the point in time when I was like, this is enough. Okay. Like, whenever I go to my mother, I would tell her that, hey, I've been sexually assaulted and I have been mistreated by somebody in the family or so-and-so. And it's almost like, okay, well, because she's related to the person, she don't know how to approach the person. Or it's almost like, well, I've been through it too, so you might as well figure it out and get over it, and I know she did the best she could to get over it because she turned to the streets and got involved with substance to get over her hurt and pain. And so I was like, no, I'm not going to be draining myself, because if you see a lot of my family members, they look drained, they look sickly, they look like they've been carrying a heavy load of secrets and sins that's tearing them down. And I refuse to join that type of behavior, especially being fake, presenting to the public that, oh, I'm holy and I'm helpful. And yes, I'm pretty sure, I give her credit for having a generous heart, but I cannot cover up the fact that I was abandoned, I was neglected, I was verbally abused, I was physically abused, I felt worthless, and it was to the point to where I was going to run away, or I was going to take myself out. And so I feel like a lot of it could have been prevented had she decided to own up to her bullshit and go and get help for her issues. So what pisses me off is when she knows that she was toxic because she refused to go and get the help, And so she she projects that energy onto me and my sisters, and then she bitch about every little thing me and my sisters do. And then she got us competing against each other, knowing that no matter who got the biggest house, who got the best car, who got the best job, we still got to heal from the bullshit that she put left us in. You know what I mean? So I don't like fake people like that. I just don't. And I don't care how much they cry and act all depressed and sickly. I'm going to speak the truth. Maybe it'll help somebody get their ass up and go to a psychiatrist or therapist. So that's why I'm kind of pissed off. Then, whenever I have to be around her, I'm hearing her complain about everybody in the family. And I'm like, okay, well, why you still go around them? Why you still letting them borrow money when you know that they ain't gonna pay you back, when you know they trying to run game on you? I know about everybody's demons in secret because of my mother. I don't even go around my other family members, but how I know what's going on, because she hides her demonic ways by talking about other people's demonic ways. So I'm just over it. And so, and I feel like because I was raised by a woman like that, that made me attract a man in my life like that. That's why I fell in love with my husband, because he reminded me of my mama fucked up issues. He gossiped about everybody in his family. How do you think I know about the little secrets and the things that he went through in his childhood? I'm not gonna make that up. I wasn't there, but I know what he told me. I know what it's like being around a narcissistic person where they want to pretend to be charming and helpful in front of everybody, but act a straight asshole behind closed doors. So I don't want nobody else going through that, because it is hell. And so I'm more like, I consider myself almost like the modern day Harriet Tubman, except, I probably would have been got a gun and shot my owners. But, I am the one that helped people get through the Underground Railroad, get to the Underground Railroad, to their freedom, to their heaven mentally. Because right now, a lot of people sitting in shit and hell and complaining about it and copying the same thing, the same toxic behaviors they're learning from their environment, from their best friends, from their family members. Even from your lover. Your lover can teach you how to be toxic, how to be insecure, how to be paranoid. Because I remember one time, I never was paranoid about if my man was talking to somebody else until I got with a narcissistic lover. So the thing is, you go throughout your life trying to support, trying to, give a helping hand. Times when I poured out, like I said in my other video, I helped my sister. She was pretty much homeless twice. And I gave her a spot in my house, my little old house with all my own kids, to have a comfortable place to sleep. And then when she come up and she get on her feet, and then now, I was in a situation, or my daughters was in a situation, she want to charge them rent. Now, one time I asked my sister for rent money, but she sit up in my house. They don't always have the best hygiene. They didn't have the best hygiene when they were living with me. And then, they were always in my kitchen, and they barely helped clean, but I still had to pick up the load because I knew she was struggling. I knew she was depressed, and I felt sorry for her. But I felt like I gave her all of my time and my energy just so she can feel like she's on top, like this is a competition to, talk about me because I'm low, or she want to, try to be disrespectful and rude toward me, just because she's in a better space in her life, and I just think that's fucked up. So that's why I said, okay, well, I can't deal with her. And, and I'm not saying that I hate them. I'm just saying that, if they're pissed off with me because I'm not acting the same, I'm not the nice kiss ass kiki like I used to be, so they can feel superior. Fuck them. I don't care. I don't care. I care just as much as Jesus cared about the people that put him on the cross. He didn't give a fuck about them because he already knew he was going to a better spot anyway. He just was there doing his job temporarily because he knew he was going to be promoted anyway. So what I'm trying to get people to understand, it ain't about me, whining about my past and my trauma. It's about learning how to stand up for yourself. See, it ain't just about civil rights against white people out here in the community. It's about having civil rights within your own family. It's about learning self-love. It's about not tolerating shit longer than you have to. I got cousins pissed off with me, maybe because, when I was younger, they used to be a bully and they used to be able to make me cry, and I wasn't able to verbally express myself. They used to experiment with me, with all these sexual inappropriate behaviors because I was the smallest one that was very gullible and didn't want to disappoint them. But when I started opening my mouth and started speaking up for myself, oh, now something wrong with Kiki. Kiki crazy. Kiki this, Kiki that. Okay, and at the end of the day, I still got to do what I need to do to keep peace in my life. So, one thing they can't say is Kiki is dying from, a severe sexual disease for being a hoe. They can't tell me that. They can't tell me, or involving myself in drugs and cocaine. They can't tell me. They can't say that about me. They can't say that, oh, Kiki been to prison, Kiki been to jail because of domestic violence, or Kiki was very disorderly and get drunk and put people in headlocks and then put them in a compromising position to the point where they don't know whether they need to call the police or not. They can't say that Kiki did anything. Kiki never took advantage of an elderly person because they were sick or disabled. Kiki didn't do none of that bullshit because I ain't on that type of time. Because see, I don't rush through life trying to snatch from other people. I just cruise control and let my blessings attract to me. I let my blessings attract to me. That's why my salary bounced up. No, I don't have to put 10 years in. I don't. I done job hop I don't know how many times within either the middle of the year or each year, and I still get blessed. My spirit guides still make sure they make a way for me. Now, one time, I'll say I did sleep in my truck. Why did I sleep in my truck? I slept in my truck because I did not want to deal with my own mother. Like when I used to live with her, there were moments when I just did not want to deal with her, and I just stayed in my truck because I just could not tolerate somebody actually breaking me down one day and then want to act all lovey and have helpful. Here, I bought the kids some stuff. Like that's supposed to make me forget about the fact that you told me that my whole family gonna die a slow death. Yeah, that kind of bullshit. You know, it's like, but then get mad at me because I don't want to participate in religious activity, or I don't want to sit with them at the dinner table. You know, and then they got family members trying to compete against me, so I'm supposed to bow down when you know for a fact you talked about all of them like a dog, and like that's supposed to be normal. No, it's not normal. I have respect for all my family members. No, I don't like talking about it, but y'all pushing me to the edge. No, I don't like having to be the one that expose the secrets and the demonic behaviors. But when I'm being pushed to the edge, yeah, I talk about the pedophiles in the family because I don't want them to take other children through the same thing. Yes, cousins. Yes, you were perverts. Yes, you did sexual assault. Like um, I said what I said, and I'll say it again. But I'm not gonna worry about trying to get all legal because I know who are already in a legal fucked up situation. I'm not gonna worry about trying to retaliate. I don't have to be violent because y'all know y'all taught me how to be violent. So I got just as much as bitches evilness in me just like y'all do. But see, I know how to balance it out. Just like Jesus did. Because Jesus could have swiped all of them out with alchemy. Yes, he was just after, just like me. So, I'm not trying to brag and boast, but I know the secrets behind the nice homes. I know the little secrets behind the Facebook pretending that, oh, y'all look at my good deeds, but don't take a peek at my little secret deeds. Yeah, I may have some fucked up situations, but I know one thing: it ain't as fucked up as some people in my family. I wouldn't go that far. So, oh, look at the orange butterfly. The orange butterfly trying to match me. Oh, I feel so special. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this, but I just want people to know if you're going through the same thing I'm going through, don't try to kiss up to your mama just because she did you a favor. Matter of fact, she's supposed to do you the favor. She the one brought you here on earth. You didn't ask to be here. And some of the shit that you're going through could have been avoided if she went through her own childhood trauma and healed from it. So I don't, hey, I'm just here and I'm going to go on through my lessons and my phases and my stages until I'm not here. But if you got, family members that's sometime in which you 1 minute they like you because you're doing them a favor, the next minute they can't stand you or they talk about you behind your back, fuck them. Go build another family. There's plenty of people out here that's missing families because of war, or because of death, or because they were adopted, or because they were foster. Go make a family with them. When your own family can't appreciate you and don't respect you, go make a family with somebody else. Anybody that's willing to build you up and make you a better person, not somebody that's gonna drain you, bring you down, and then try to make it seem like what's wrong with you when they know for a fact why you fucking pissed off and why you fed up. They know. They know. So until next time, y'all, stay positive. Stay positive. Because I'm gonna still keep my head up and I'm gonna keep my peace. Rather, I gotta fight for it till the blood come out. Peace out.